Hello, allow me to introduce myself. I'd like to read to you a poem, a rather long poem entitled, "There is a certain cataclysmic beauty in every moment." There is a certain cataclysmic beauty in every moment, a certain dreamlike way we have of propelling ourselves about. Rushing wind of tree-light amber carries wild ponies along the crests of fiery dreams. Capricious captains of wayward sails and blind wood-bearers worship visions of God in the chaos he engenders. The seasons mark the weathering of earth in time's embrace as Homo sapiens tentatively walks its surface. Light transfigures the islands of the sun in the voluptuous ring of fire where Vulcan maintains his kingdom. The earth sails round and round in its arc of heaven where the Greeks once nimbly held the rudder. Sail on, proud earth, though your rulers be forsaken. Two guitarists by the night, the moon glides gingerly over the sounds of humanity. The air is filled and we awaken to it like gypsies. Blood and violence both rushing over sanguine dreams. The hypnotist and his magician hand in hand in the alley. The highway motions, the sea distorts, and the heart empties its vessels. Words are caught and vaulted into the morning air. The sounds they impart to the wind land on nothing in particular. Solitary bodies move in jaunty strides to park benches where bottles of wine leap out of hip pockets into fish-like mouths and ultimately into brandied circulation to deliver a vital numbness to perception, shrinking time into a singular cup of liquid tension. Cavalier gentlemen with their lives' works packed on their backs stake out their concrete niches. Men of past and future miseries dream of other worlds to take comfort in. The ebb and flow of foliage under time's capitulation comforts the earthbound with its familiarity. The short, gray, tedious light of winter with its long, damp nights and the rain streaking across wet windows. The obscure moon and creeping inevitable cold as it lurches along the ground and permeates the seasoned wood of the house and swells itself into the bones and space of the room. Life is a chain of light and dark. Brain shapes meaning from escapades of form and shadow. Without night there is no detail, no delineation of beginning from its end, no respite from the merciless truth. The morning stretches across the household trash and an old crumpled newspaper on the porch. It is winter, and the snow, being not quite so unfamiliar, falls with both rapture and cunning. The dew on sleeping eyes, the spider, its fly in web near stone. There is a plane in the sky overhead, and the thoughts from it descend on a forest of robust illusions. On a lonely mountain in California, astronomers from the college are trying to capture the sun in a mirror. Ice is melting in the river. Time is polishing the rocks, and slowly they diminish themselves so that the wind might release them from the burdens of gravity. Sand releases the desert of its heat. The stark white ice of mountains, the towering ice that spirals beneath the breath of intellects, the cold hunger of nations chasing the empires billowing in their heads, the dance of heat and ice beneath the moon's escape. The world is a place of cycles and unfinished remembrances. Churches are built, and once a year the Messiah climbs back on his cross, and once a year the pilgrims seek their admonitions. Droughts come and go. Calves fall like timber in heavy spring blizzards. The Romans came and left highways, and a certain yearning for architecture. Flowers and flies and tumbleweeds all have their seasons. Bells in their stolid churches, old people walking upright like the old reeds they are, keep memories of their children in the air above them as they move about. and gather themselves at noon on benches where they exchange both rude and pleasant things. Children are too much like their parents, and parents so much like their kin, that there are always petty crimes and jealousies, and to every family there are born upstarts who hold up mirrors mockingly, but there is always laughter. Old kingdoms fall stubbornly, and death is usually premature. Delight and tragedy mingle at the borders, but there is always laughter. Humans carry the ghosts of many tongues and the dormant remembrances of the great forests and endless seas. The woman pushes out her firstborn at forest edge. A young fox looks on with a kind of recognition of the majesty of the event. She caresses her baby and reignites the essence of her race. The engine of life continues. There is a certain cataclysmic beauty in every moment, a certain dreamlike way we have of propelling ourselves about. Well, thank you very much for listening. If this interests you, please visit my website at lvau.com. Again, lvau.com. Thank you.